Hi everybody, Scott here with Michael, Marketing 360, and we're just going to talk a little bit today about what to look for when you're trying to select an internet marketing company. And of course we're Marketing 360, so we think our brand is awesome and what we have is awesome. But we're just going to talk objectively about this and what you really do need to be looking for that can fit various business types and some of the things that critically you need to avoid that are just going to end up causing you trouble later. So Michael, one of the things that I've talked about quite a bit with different business owners is one of the biggest problems I've really seen is small businesses who are using different vendors for each marketing tactic. So they got one guy who does a website design, and then they're like, well, we got a good website, but we need somebody to find it. Well, let's find somebody who can do paid search advertising. They find an agency that specializes in paid search advertising. That's great, but hey, we'd also like to get some organic traffic coming through this. Do you guys do that? No, we don't, but we know somebody else who does. Next thing you know, you've got a third agency, social media marketing. You've got somebody else. Before long, the small business owner is trying to manage all these different vendors, and it's becoming impossible. We kind of have a solution to that. Tell me a little bit about how you discuss with business owners kind of how to overcome this problem and what they need to look for.
Absolutely. So a lot of times the way I look at this is that old game we played in school, telephone, right? I tell you something, you tell the next person something, they tell the next person something, and so forth. The message will get convoluted, so your marketing campaign will start to fall apart at pieces. And at the end of the day, you hired the company to do the campaign for you, right? Now at this time, you're managing this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You're spending more time managing these people that are managing these things for you than you would if you just take it in-house in the first place or find somebody that has a solution that encompasses everything. So the best analogy I have to that is don't have too many chefs in the kitchen. Have one chef that has one menu to cook off of and just provide the best ingredients and let them do their thing.
Right, and it's obvious with that. So you want to come up with a beautiful dish at the end that's tasty.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, you have to have kind of one cohesive strategy.
Yep.
You can't, when I've talked to people, what I realize, and they sometimes don't, is that they just don't have a cohesive strategy running across things. They don't really know, they don't know what they're doing, and the different parts of digital marketing, for example, search engine optimization, organic search, and paid search, if you don't have those things have tremendous overlap.
They go hand in hand.
In the strategy and how you select keywords and the content that you use. If you don't have those people working together, it's not going to make sense, and neither of them are going to work as well.
Absolutely, yeah, both go absolutely hand in hand. The paid, if you're paying for it and you're going after it organically, it's just going to be that much more fruitful. And then on the organic side, if we're going after the same keywords organically as we're going after paid, I'm able to show more relevance. So I'm able to increase my quality score, which drops my cost per click. So I don't like the term PPC management company, because we're not that. We're an optimization company. That's what we do. And so we're out there trying to drop your cost per acquisition, and that's only done when, like you said, SEO and PPC are aligned.
When you're doing it all together, right.
Exactly.
And then of course you have the website content, so you want the design and the content on that to match the ads or the SEO content that's driving. So you need the website designer to be involved too.
Absolutely.
It's really, years ago, this was more manageable, but it's become so competitive, and the image that you need to create and the way you need to try to draw traffic in has become so much more complex that I just see that as something people really have to overcome. If you're talking to Marketing 360, obviously we have a comprehensive strategy that where everybody's here, everybody is in-house in this office in Fort Collins, Colorado, from the writers to the designers to the search marketers, and you have one marketing executive.
That's it. Yeah.
Who's your points of contact. You only have to talk to one person who helps manage all that together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a big problem to overcome. Whatever you're doing, try to find that in your marketing agency. Can you talk a little bit, Michael, about budgets and what business owners come in and they're like, what is this going to cost? Usually they would like to do it for as little money as possible, as we all would.
Yeah.
What are some ways that small business owners can have a realistic estimate and expectation about what they need to spend for digital marketing?
So in terms of digital marketing spend, I mean, as you know, Scott, it's all going to differ. Every industry is going to be different. Every location, competition, competitiveness of the keywords, how big of a radius are we targeting? All of these things are going to come together. That coupled with the actual client goals, that's how we determine what your budget is. That's exactly how. You could be a chiropractor that only needs 2 to 3 new patients a month because you already have a pretty full client list, but you just want to make sure you always have that full. So that's going to come into play. You don't necessarily need to be spending as much as you would if we need to constantly be filling that book for you. As far as expectations for spend, I don't
say I'm a small business owner. I don't want to spend more than $200 a month. I just don't care. That's all I've got.
No, that's unrealistic. That's less than my family cell phone bill. You know, if I could grow a business on $200 a month, I wouldn't have a job here. I wouldn't. You got to be realistic with it. So, for example, you're a roofer, right? If your average conversion is $5,000 to $10,000, why aren't you investing that in your monthly marketing? Because if you're doing that, it's a no-brainer. You're gonna get a lot more than $5,000 to $10,000 out of that.
So it's all about return. As you're talking to marketing agencies, they really should be able to nail down a realistic number about how you're going to be competitive, what your business needs actually are, and what is a very reasonable plan about how you're going to get a return on that investment.
Absolutely.
It's an investment, not a cost.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely. Good. What else do you tend to point out to people who are kind of new to this and trying to figure out how to work with an agency?
You know, I always like to find what are their needs. You know, what are their goals? How focused are they? Do they want to grow? Do they truly want to grow? Is this something they want to do? Because a lot of people come to us and they don't know what they want, and the only way you can figure that out is just talk to them, ask them, find out what they need, and then provide the solution for that need.
So you're trying to understand their approach
to
this, even before what are your goals? Your goals are I would like my business to be successful.
Yeah.
But what's your approach to this in the first place? How much do you really know about it yourself? How much are you willing to learn? How much time do you have? How much do you need to make sure that you have experts doing for you? Those are important things. I think a lot of the times we tend to want to jump right into how it's going to be done. The execution. Who's going to do this? How's it going to be done? How much is it going to cost? That's really jumping pretty far ahead.
Yeah, it is.
You need to go back even before, you don't even have your goals talked about there, but even before that, how are you going to approach that? That's the kind of thing that you can really get a feel for when you talk to guys like Michael here, our marketing consultants. And they're there to help you and help you understand what you can do with digital marketing to make your business more successful. It's pretty hard to get around it at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not marketing online,
you're dead.
You're in big trouble.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere, especially with mobile at this point. So having a strategy is imperative. How are you going to make it work for your business? And how are you going to make it so it's not so time consuming and confusing that it just ends up being more of a headache than it could ever be worth? Right now, we really think we have the best solution on the market for small businesses. We've really built it for small businesses here. And we have tools and website designs that really make you look stellar to your audience, no matter how big you are, and really give you a lot of visibility.
Yeah.
And most of all, managed by somebody who really cares about customer service and who will really communicate to you.
Yeah.
Very important. One last point. A lot of the times people are wondering, how am I going to know this is working?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to send me reports? Do I get emails? Do I get PDFs? What do we do at Marketing 360 to make sure that there's transparency and they know what's going on?
Absolutely. So our Marketing 360 platform is the most robust platform I've ever had the experience with. It shows you on a 24 hours a day, 7-day look at exactly dollar for dollar where everything's going. What's being done on the SEO side? What keywords are being optimized? What title tags do we do this week for those keywords? Are we taking advantage of every opportunity with the SEO? On the paid side, it's going to show you dollar for dollar. Okay, these dollars went to Bing, this went to Yahoo, this went to Google. All of this stuff is going to be in there, plus the campaign breakouts. How much did those campaigns perform? What was your impression share on each individual keyword? What was your click-through rate on those keywords? Were there conversions on those keywords? And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing, is the conversions. And if we're seeing that we have great impression share over here, and we're also seeing that we're having great click-through rate here, but we don't have any conversions here, you're gonna see with transparency that we're in there, making sure we're trimming that fat and getting it out of there and eliminating the waste. Hence why I said optimization. I mean, that's what we do, optimize, and that's all done through the platform.
It's all about optimizing, making it really, learning what you're doing,
Yeah.
finding out what works well and doing more of it, eliminating what doesn't work, and ultimately the goal of conversions.
Absolutely.
That's really the story.
That's it.
Yeah, the software program is so cool because same deal, just like you only deal with one person who's your marketing executive. With the Marketing 360 software, you only have one platform where you can see everything that's going on, from paid ads to organic to social media, all in one spot. That's a living, ongoing report that you can check at any time.
Yeah.
And that, compared to 5 years ago when we were duct taping reports together from all different sources and just kind of hoping that we could really explain what's going on, this is just a different world. It's a really, really great solution.
It absolutely is.
Check it out, everybody. Give us a call. You can get a live demo. You can get a mock-up of a website design and a lot more thorough explanation about how this would work for your business and your circumstances. And we really customize this for you. Thanks so much. Thanks, Michael.
Yes, thank you.